Hello, YouTube. Wildcat Piper here, coming from the Wildcat Lounge. Come here, Layla. Me and Layla, and actually Henry's out here too, but Layla's kind of hogged the chair. We're out here in the lounge, enjoying smoke. Also, today I was going to do this last night, but got busy with some vacation stuff. But I do want to do my review on Prince Albert. Been smoking this for the last couple of months, or last month, for my OTC blend review. I just kind of want to give my my input on that. One of the things I could never figure out what kind of a cut it was, and I had someone, I think it was Hillman, say it was a chop cut, which I thought that's a pretty good explanation of it. And some people call it a coarse cut, which is kind of what I was kind of thinking. Some thought it was between a ribbon and a coarse cut. I think Eric Pick thought that. And but on tobacco reviews, they call it a crimp cut. So we'll go with any of those. You guys can pick. But Prince Albert is a crimp cut. I'll tell you a little bit later how I liked that. It was done by R.J. Reynolds back in 1907. He was the one who kind of started the blend. And then in 1987, John Middleton picked it up and took over the production of it. And it is a burley blend, and there is I don't really taste any kind of a topping. Some people say there's maybe a black licorice or something like that. I don't think there's any kind of, I can't really taste any kind of flavoring on it. Not even in the tin note. The tin note I can pick up a little bit of like a licorice or something like that, but smoking it, it's a burley blend, and but it's a good burley blend, and I'm smoking it in my Stanwell little car pipe I got here. I call it a car pipe because it's nice and small, easy to clench if you're driving, and so it's with my car pipe pipes. And so let's get into the review part of this and just kind of see how what I thought of this blend. I broke it down, and as I have the other ones, into 1, 2, 3, 4, into 6 categories, and I'll explain those as we go through them. If you've never seen my channel before or seen the review of these blends, the first one I did, of course, was Velvet, and then the last one is Broken Riff, the bourbon whiskey, and then this one is the Prince Albert. So the first category is future use. In other words, would I purchase it again? And these are all scales of 1 to 5. I gave this a 3.75. I really did kind of enjoy it. And I could see myself getting it again. And I thought it was a very kind of a very nice a nice blend for burleys. I'm still trying to learn to smoke burleys, but I gave that a 3.75. So that was the first category. The second category is availability to smoking pipes. I mean, not smoking pipes and tobaccos. It's on there and a couple other places. Pretty readily available. I went online. There's some available right now. I gave it a 5. I think a lot of these OTC blends are pretty easy to get a hold of. The light, as you can tell, I gave it a 4 because if you're just sitting smoking and not really dealing with anything else, it's not a bad blend to keep lit, and you kind of a no fuss tobacco. I gave it a 4. Did I say 5? It's a 4 on the light. The cut, which is that crimp cut, coarse cut, chop cut, whatever you want to call it. I gave the cut a 3.75. The reason is, a lot of times, it happened every time on my very first light, I got some in my mouth. After that, I guess once it got hot and kind of glued down, so not glued down, but it kind of softens up and sticks a little better. It was fine. I mean, I didn't have any problems after that. So it's not a deal breaker, but I did give it a 3.75. The taste, I do like the taste. I gave it a 4.25 out of 5. Because I do enjoy the taste. And the last one was the pouch note. It's a burley blend. I mean, if you like smelling burleys, you probably would have given it a high. I gave it a 3.25. It wasn't sickening or gagging me or anything like that. So I do like the smell sort of burley blends. Kind of reminds me of working out in tobacco fields. But I gave it a 3.25. And that gave a total for the Prince Albert for my OTC score is a 24, which moves it into second place, right behind Velvet and ahead of Vulcan Riff. So those are, so far, of my top 3 blends, those are my top 3. It is the Velvet, and then the Prince Albert, and then Vulcan Riff. Those are my top blends. Now, I was going to do the Granger when I got back. However, I got a call from my brother, and he wants me to bring it with him on the way. So I'm going to finish this pipe, and then I'm going to do a real quick review, first impressions review of Granger. I like doing that with you guys, so you can kind of get my first reactions of the new OTC blend. And then I want to show you how I'm going to take my pipes on the cruise. That should be kind of interesting as well. But I enjoyed Prince Albert. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I didn't think that I would enjoy Prince Albert very much, but I did enjoy it, and it's a good blend. The thing burns down to an ash. I mean, and it burns fairly quickly. I think that's because of the cut. I think burleys somewhat are best when they're a little dry, so I think they had this a little bit of a drier. It wasn't dry, but it was a little drier than, definitely drier than the Vulcan Riff that I had to sit out for a little bit. So, but very enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. Burns down to an ash. I really like that about tobaccos. Easy clean on the pipe. You don't have a bunch of gunk and stuff like that on the sides like the Vulcan Riff. Just a very clean tobacco to smoke. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Some of you guys who like the the Prince Albert. What's your all's thoughts? Was I close? Was I way off track? Sure would like to hear your comments. And I really do enjoy you guys giving me your views on these. And Layla does too, don't you, Layla? She enjoys you talking about them as well. But yeah, what's your viewpoint on them? Where do you think I messed up, or do you agree with my assessment of it? But whatever it is, you guys have a great night, and I'll be right back with you here in a little bit. Blow some smoke rings in the air, but above all, my friends, you be blessed. I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye now.